Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Premier League Fantasy Football and welcome to my video. In today's video, I want to look at my latest draft going into game week 1. So here we go. Just to give you a little heads up, I'm a little bit unwell, so my voice might be a little bit more deeper than usual. But I'm okay, I'm getting better. But yeah, we got basically a week left, let's just say, for the deadline for game week 1, and I want to post as much as videos as possible just to kind of help out. So I thought I'll go through my team, see where things are, and in my next video I'm going to be looking at like a plan that I have in mind, because I think a lot of us are going to be using the wildcard really early, and I need to look at that more in detail. I'm looking at around game week 4, I'm looking at around game week 8, because we're going to be getting another, basically, unlimited transfers towards the end of this year. So let's go through the team. Now, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe and drop a like on the video as it helps my channel out a lot. Hopefully this video will get up to about 100 likes as it helps my channel out a lot. So here we go. So let's start with the defense there. I've got Edison, that is 5.5. Now I don't have to go with Edison. I can downgrade him to like a 5 million or 4.5 to kind of save that money and upgrade another player. I could do that, and that is an option, but for now I like that double Manchester City defense with Cancelo. A lot of people are going to be owning Cancelo, you know, he's highly owned, so I'm not going to really gain it like that additional ranks or additional points that I need, and comboing with that with Edison, I think that could work out. I've got Trent. Now, I don't really want to go for Robertson because I think Luis Diaz could be a better option, and I'm looking at that as well because I could remove the Edison money to upgrade one of my midfielders to Luis Diaz and get like really attacking Liverpool players. Zinchenko, just something different, a little bit of a differential, as you can see, 9.6. I just need to wait and see if it's fit and ready for the start of the Premier League. If it's not, then I'll change. I might go for 4.5 and save that money and upgrade someone else. Or I might go for a Tottenham defender, or maybe just double up on that Chelsea defense now. So I could do that as well, but for now I do like the fact that Zinchenko could play out of position. That's why it's quite exciting, it's quite fun, so we'll see what happens there. And I got an Arsenal defense, and I think having an Arsenal defense going through some of these fixtures, I think they've got a really good chance to keep a clean sheet. And we've got James, one of my Chelsea players. I kept James. I know that I spoke about like maybe removing him, but looking at the fixtures itself, I think Chelsea has a decent run up until we start changing a lot of things, and James is a player that could do really well. I'm also looking at Mason Mount. I think Mount could be an option as well. He's cheap enough to be in our teams. Sterling could be an option. I mean, he has done really well for Manchester City, and he's probably going to play more minutes for Chelsea, but I don't know if I can actually fit him into my team right now. I kept Rashford. Because of the price tag. 6.5 and 13.0% owned. Like, there are a couple of players that I have got, like Zinchenko and Rashford. They have a possibility, like they got a possibility to actually get some returns, and they are my differentials. I think Edison as well is quite, 15%. That's quite good. So when Manchester City keeps a clean sheet, that's going to help me out a lot, because a lot of people is going to have at least one Manchester City player, and I'm going with 2 to kind of counter attack that. I could go with Foden, I could go with Mahrez, but I don't know who's going to start and who's going to do well. It's too much of a lottery right now. And here is a little bit, I want to say, different. I know a lot of people are looking at Neto and they got him in their team. I got him because he's 5.5. The problem right now is Raul Jimenez is injured, so I don't know how this is going to affect him. Maybe he's just going to be up front by himself. That would be fantastic. Maybe that might not work out. Maybe that just hurts the team a lot, but we'll just have to wait. So we'll see what happens with Neto, to be honest. He's 5.5. We'll just see, right? We'll just go with it and see. And the next up is Coutinho. Now, Coutinho is a little bit of a differential of mine, although he is quite highly owned. 18.8% owned. 5 goals, 3 assists last season. which is not too bad. And you know what? The fixtures for Aston Villa is actually not too bad as well. And I think, like, if they don't do well, then I can remove, right? These are the fixtures that they should do well against. And, you know, he's 7 million. So he's at that price tag where if I just get a little bit of money elsewhere, I can upgrade him to an 8 million player. That there's a lot of players around that price tag. And I can swap him around. I just thought I'll try something a little bit different. I don't know if that's the right way to do things. Just do a little bit something different. But I want a few differentials as well, because I've got quite a lot of players that a lot of people has, like mainly like Jesus and Haaland and Salah. Like the defense is quite highly owned, and I'm thinking, how am I gonna, like, you know, get a little bit more of that rank? How am I gonna attack it? And I'm thinking to myself, well, I need to get some of these players that could help me out. So that's why Coutinho and Rashford and Zinchenko and Edison is my half of my team that will help me out in the ranks, hopefully. Then we've got Jesus and Haaland, two players that I don't really want to talk too much about. We already spoke about it before. Jesus got a fantastic record now for Arsenal already. He's been playing really well, and he's going to be the main guy for them. Hopefully he takes the penalties. And Haaland, we just got to see what happens against Liverpool. Hopefully he plays. If he plays a lot of minutes, then he's got a high chance to start the game against West Ham. And I'm looking at, like, captaincy, right? I'm looking at captaining Salah, and I'm looking at captaining Haaland. And, you know, against Bournemouth, I am definitely thinking to captain Haaland against Bournemouth. This is going to be his big home game, and I can see him doing really well there. I got Williams and Andreas, two players that actually is going to start for their teams. That is going to help me out. So with this team, I got still 0.5 in the bank. I don't have to keep that there, but with price rises, that could help me out. There were situations where I left it too late, and then, you know, I was like 0.1 away, and it's difficult, right? And with that 0.5, I think that might help out. A lot of people's going to rush, and they're going to change, and they're going to make some big changes immediately. I don't mind waiting a little bit and waiting towards the next deadline to kind of like make my final decision instead of rushing it. So with that 0.5, that could give me that help. Anyways, let me know what you think. There's a few differentials here that could help out. I know a lot of people's talking about it, but let me know. So this is from Live FPL, and this is how the team is looking like. And it looks pretty damn good. Obviously, I will be captaining Salah. But I want to show you guys like how it will look like in game week 2. Because it's important to see how our teams will look like. And as you can see, got Edison and Cancelo at home against Bournemouth. This is a fantastic fixture. You got Trent and Salah, and this is why I want Diaz in my team. So I could remove Coutinho and, you know, as you can see, 7 million, and get that 1 million elsewhere to kind of get the third Liverpool player, because they've got a really good home fixture against Crystal Palace. Then we've got James at home against Tottenham. We'll see what happens. Rashford against Brentford. You got Arsenal against Leicester City, as you can see. And, you know, Neto against Fulham. Coutinho against Everton. Good fixtures there. A decent fixtures, an okay fixtures for some of my subs. So this is what I'm going to be looking at and looking towards, like, the future and then the future game weeks, just to see where my team and how my team looks like, so I can start planning on having some kind of ideas of which transfers I might make. So that's what I'm going to be doing in the next few days. I think this team is pretty much there. I'm happy with it. I don't have to go with Edison. I can remove him and go for a cheap goalkeeper. I could just quickly do that. I don't know. Let's just say I'll bring back a rare. I got 1.5. 1.5, guys. If I remove Rashford, I got 8 million. I could 8 million. Go ahead and bring in the third Liverpool. Where is he? There you go. Liverpool player. And I could do this. I could try something like this. Just go a little bit safe. Do this. And I am happy. So it's quite a decently balanced as well. Quite a lot of options from nearly every single team that I actually want the players from. Yeah, Let me know in the comments below what you think. If there are other options, let me know. But that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this video has helped you. Give the video a like, as it helps my channel out a lot. Hopefully this video would get up to about 100 likes. That'd be incredible. And that is pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.